Hi, it's Red here. Today I'm going to be reading some r/PettyRevenge just for you. Okay, give the video a like and let's get going. Snipe my parking spot? Fine. This happened over a decade ago. I was running errands with my grandmother and due to her declining health, I was driving. We got to the post office in a strip mall so she could get a book of stamps and had been patiently waiting for an end spot that was just about to open up. Watched the person get into the car, settle in. I turned on my blinker, signaled my intent and waited patiently. While waiting, I scanned the scenery and watched the other vehicle in question enter the driveway 2 large shops down and heeded no mind to them. Meanwhile, the person finished backing out, but did so in such a way that we were blocked off from accessing it rapidly. But as soon as they cleared the area, I swung a bit wide, I was driving a conversion van, to approach the spot. When the car I watched enter the driveway acknowledged my blinker, pointed at me, and laughed as they swooped into the spot. I nearly tapped the bumper of the vehicle in the spot directly across from him. Important later. I mentioned to this smug, entitled jerk that I was obviously waiting for this spot, even had my blinker on, and that he should move. I know, futile, but I figured being nice would be the right approach. I was in my early 20s. "I'll only be a minute," was his smug response. "Alright, you want to play games, sir? Games we shall play." I told my grandmother to go ahead and go into the post office and do her business. After confirming that we had nowhere else we needed to go in a timely manner. A plan formulating as I'm ushering her out of the vehicle so I could exact my revenge. 2 things of note. A conversion van is capable of getting insanely close to other objects and still be able to allow a person to climb in or out. And the vehicle to the right of this jerk was shorter than his, which left extra room for my grandmother to get back in. While my grandmother was in the post office, I rocked the conversion van as close as I possibly could to his bumper without touching anything, while leaving just enough room for my grandmother to get back through the passenger door. Turns out his business took longer than hers, so I was able to get even closer to his bumper, ultimately blocking him in, with as close as he was to the car across from him, and as close as I opted to park my vehicle. He had no moves he could make without hitting other vehicles, whereas I was able to move freely to allow the other vehicle to leave while still keeping Jerk pinned in place. What made it better was my grandmother picked up a free calendar from the post office, and we used that as a means to occupy our time and attention. After coming out and seeing what I had done, he started yelling. I don't really remember exactly what was said, but he was fuming. We took this opportunity to smile and wave at him, and my grandmother, catching on to what was happening and with the window cracked, loudly announced that she got a new calendar and the pictures were breathtaking and that I needed to see them as she pushes the calendar into my field of view and loudly describing what the pictures were of, reading the captions, discussing the various shades of the many colors on each and every picture. When she was done with that, she felt obligated to obnoxiously discuss the days of the month the holidays landed on for that year, the lunar cycles, birthdays, and so on. 25 minutes rolls by at this rate. Who would have thought calendars were so interesting? And Jerk gets out of his car yelling profanities at such a rate that I swear he was about to pass out. He approached my window and aggressively asked me why I'm taking so long, and I respond with, "Well, had you allowed me the spot I patiently waited for, I wouldn't be blocking you in right now," and drove off. Act like a butthole, be treated like a butthole. That simple. This is the best kind of petty revenge. Oh, I love the grandmother in this story. She's obviously so cool. Was very petty about Disney Plus to my sister. My sister pays for Netflix, and despite her giving the login details to basically anyone in the family, she refuses to give it to me. It's not like I have a track record of giving out login info, so I ended up being the one paying for Disney Plus. I don't mind doing it, but when I started up the subscription, I went into the living room and told her and my mum that I'm not giving the login details to anyone, that if you want to be logged in, you have to get me to come and log in for you, and mentioned that it was just like how my sister makes me do that for Netflix. Sister: "That sounds super petty." Me: "Yeah." And my mum burst out laughing. Sister is still salty about it. Mum still finds it hilarious. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Here is our next story of pettiness. Fistful of poop. Okay, so this happened when I was a bit younger. My brother was around 8 at the time. Our next door neighbours had a boy around 7 who was, to put it mildly, a demon. Anyway, this kid had a nasty habit of grabbing things out of our garden. We had a few holes in the fences at the time. This included toys, garden tools, anything he could get his hands on. The last straw was when he started grabbing at my brother. This one particular day, he had grabbed him and made him faceplant on the floor. That was it. I grabbed a stick, speared the biggest bit of dog poop I could find and waved it by one of the holes in the fence. Of course he grabbed it. All we heard was him screaming as he ran back to his house. Safe to say, he didn't grab anything from our garden ever again. Oh my god, that's that's awesome. Oh. Okay, before I read the next story, I just want to let you know there's a trigger warning for this one for pregnancy and loss. So skip over it if you are triggered by those things. Ask me if I know the sex of the baby when I'm not pregnant. I'll make you feel like crap. So I'm chunky, but I'm not pregnant, just fat. Today at work, a woman customer asked me if I know the sex of the baby. I can think of really sad things to say to make myself cry. It takes a second, but I can do it. So I do that and start crying like so others around us can hear. Then I tell her that it was a boy, but we unfortunately lost it a few days ago. The look on her face. I saw that she felt like crap, but she had nothing to say. She was literally left speechless. When she left the store, my coworkers gave me props. It was very satisfying. Maybe she'll think twice about making assumptions about strangers or commenting on their reproductive activity in the future. Okay, so I'm just gonna be serious for a minute here. Yes, she really shouldn't have said that to you, but having gone through multiple losses of pregnancies myself, it's really not something that you should use in such a petty way, because it is truly, truly devastating, and you don't know who around you has gone through that, and it can affect guys just as much as it can affect women emotionally. So yes, people who comment on other people's bodies should be called out on that, but just consider maybe doing it in a little bit more of a sensitive way, because it truly leaves you broken, the loss of a child. Okay, sorry for the seriousness, but I thought that was really important to say. I love the pettiness of r/PettyRevenge. Especially when it's read by me. Red. Yeah, I'm red. I'm also apparently turning into some sort of monster, but that's okay. You don't really care. Give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe too. Thanks for watching today.